You'd never know though, because I'll do anything and everything to not be Orange County or put in any kind of a box, okay? See, look, my speakers fall down when I start speaking. I'm making stuff happen. The world starts rumbling when I come around, let me tell you. Okay? So first, let me tell you, he did mention that I was in Hong Kong. I was in Hong Kong fighting against communist China. I believe that communism is the ultimate stifling of freedom. Does anybody else believe that communism is the ultimate stifling of freedom? Okay? After I got back from China and I was back last summer, it was a wild ride, let me tell you. I've seen some of the most courageous people I've ever seen in my entire life, and they were all in Hong Kong. I have still not seen that kind of courage on American soil today. The Revolutionary War, the Civil War, I think we're up for round 3, and we need to start being like Hong Kong, you guys, okay? They are out in the streets fighting for every last freedom that they have because they know right over that border is communism, okay? Now, fascist book, Facebook, deleted my account, 11-year account, without warning, without a red flag, without anything. No reason why. Well, I do know why. Because I'm a Christian, because I'm a conservative, and because I speak for my God-given rights, okay? I believe that censorship is tyranny, and I also believe that censorship is treason. And I'm going to explain to you why. Facebook has 2.7 billion users. Billion with a B. That is 1/3 of the world's population is a Facebook user. Therefore, they have more reach than any news outlet in the world, than CNN, than Fox News, than the BBC, any media outlet. Facebook is the biggest. They claim that they don't have a monopoly. Did anybody see the dog and pony show where Facebook was in our House of Congress a few weeks ago saying, we don't have a monopoly, there's plenty of competition out there. Did anybody see that? It was disgusting, it was disturbing. It was disturbing, okay? Did anybody hear about the death of a patriot in Portland? He was murdered in the streets about 3-4 weeks ago. Did anybody hear about him? His name is Jay. How many of you heard about this murder of a patriot after a Trump rally in Portland? Jay was my friend, okay? I am a part of, and was a part of for the last almost 2 years, a group called Patriot Prayer on Facebook. Patriot Prayer stands for the freedom of speech without the threat of violence. Yet, we are deemed by Facebook a violent social militia group. Because we are Christian, we are conservative, and we stand for our God-given liberties, okay? So Facebook one day, after Jay's murder, they were claiming that Jay was a fascist, that he was a Nazi, that he deserved to die probably because he was a white supremacist Nazi, so it might actually be justified for him to be murdered. How many agree that Jay should be murdered for a difference of opinion? Anybody? I don't think so. So what Facebook did after we started speaking out about our friend Jay, who is not a Nazi, who is not a white supremacist, who is a good man who got gunned down by simply walking home in his hometown of Portland. He lived there. He had to hide because he was a conservative living in far left liberal lunacy Portland, okay? So he only called himself Jay. Nobody even knew his last name because he owned a business in Portland. It was very sad. He had to hide the fact that he was a conservative in Portland, okay? We should not have to hide who we are as Americans, okay? We should not have to censor ourselves as Americans. And because he actually put himself out there one day and rode on the back of a Trump truck through Portland, got pepper sprayed, got egged, and then afterward got shot in the chest and murdered on his way home in Portland, okay? Joey Gibson, the founder of Patriot Prayer, and myself, we started speaking out about this murder. We started saying that things aren't adding up. We started saying it was calculated. We started saying that Jay was a good man and he didn't deserve to die just because he has a difference of opinion, right? He does not deserve to die because he has a difference of opinion. Facebook, as soon as we started speaking out about that, Facebook deleted the entire Patriot Prayer page with about 50,000 followers, deleted the Patriot Prayer group with several thousand followers, and deleted all of us that were admins on the page because we were speaking for our God-given truths, okay? Censorship is tyranny. And not only that, but censorship is treason. And now, okay, When this happened to me, when I realized that I was deleted off Facebook forever, this isn't a 30-day ban, this isn't a 24-hour ban. People are like, oh, no big deal, you'll get back on in a couple days. I'm like, no, you don't understand. Our pages are deleted. We are deleted, okay? Deleting somebody from 2.7 billion eyes and ears on this planet not only hurts the person who's speaking, it hurts the hearer, okay? Facebook is hurting 2.7 billion people on this planet by the suppression of free speech and free ideas. Does anybody agree with that? They are the #1 most tyrannical group in the world, and as far as American values, where we stand for freedom of speech, #1. Our First Amendment, freedom of speech, is #1. Facebook took that away from a lot of us, and they not only took away our speech, but they took away everybody's rights to hear what we have to say. When you do that right before an election, what does that mean? When you censor conservative voices right before an election, what does that mean? They're only censoring conservatives. They didn't censor BLM. They still have their page. BLM and Antifa celebrated the murder of our friend after his death. They celebrated it online. They didn't censor those pages, but they censored the group that stands for God and liberty and free speech. So what are we going to do about this? Does anybody think that Facebook has too big of a monopoly and needs to be broken apart the way AT&T was?
Yeah.
This is a spiritual battle, and I know my time is up. This is a spiritual battle. And now I know that God put this on me. I know that he put this on me because he knows my heart, and he knows that I will fight to the death. In China, I'm going to end with this. In China, the Christians in China, there are very few. They have to hide the fact that they are Christian. Okay, this is why the Hong Kongers are fighting so hard, because they actually have a belief, many of them, most of them do. You're not allowed to have a belief if you live in China. The China people are climbing to the top of Christian church steeples in order to prevent them from being bulldozed to the ground, okay? The Chinese people, let me say that again, for those of you who didn't understand the amount of bravery that comes out of these people. The Chinese who actually live in communist China, they are climbing to the tops of their steeples to prevent their Christian churches from being bulldozed, okay? Most Americans don't even want to sacrifice a day off their couch, let alone climb to the top of their church steeples to preserve what they believe in. Am I correct? Am I correct? Thank you for being here, everybody. You're off your couch, you're out here, you're educating yourself, you're connecting with fellow patriots. But what we need you to do is we need you to spread the word, okay? I am suppressed on Facebook. I had to start a web page for anybody that ever wants to be in touch with me now, because they're gonna ban my Instagram soon. I've already been flagged several times. They've already warned me that that's going. They've already warned me of all these different things that they're gonna ban my YouTube. I already know. They're already banning everything. Here's the problem with Parler. Everybody's bringing up Parler. Everybody that's going to Parler is a conservative, okay? So Facebook will ban all these people, and then those people have to run to Parler. Parler is a giant echo chamber of patriot and conservative values, which might be good for some of you, but I'm sorry, I want to fight the demons, okay? I want to fight the demons. I am out here not to have a giant echo chamber like today. I love you all. God bless you. But I am out there actually as a spiritual warrior, and I need to be in front of the demons. I need to be in front of the people who don't believe. I want to be in front of the people who don't understand why Americans have the values that they have. So Parler is not going to work for most of us Christian conservatives. It just will not work, okay? So help me in this fight. If you want to be in touch with what I'm going to be doing next, it's CarmenEstel.com, okay? CarmenEstel.com. I'll be around talking to everybody afterwards, but that's the only way you're going to be able to stay in touch with people. Just like Patriot Prayer, Joey's banned too. Patriot Prayer USA, that's the only way that you can ever get a hold of Joey now. Patriot Prayer USA, CarmenEstel.com. We are going, spell it, Carmen, C-A-R-M-E-N, Estel, E-S-T-E-L, okay? But what we are doing is, this is the fight of our lives, you guys. Censorship is the end of freedom in America. The end. They're censoring conservatives, therefore, only the Democrats have a platform now. Antifa has a platform, disgusting. BLM has a platform, disgusting. Joe Biden and Kamala Harris have a platform, disgusting. The conservatives are losing their voices. So we need to be out here doing more of this, and we need to have our own web pages, and we need to do whatever we can to defeat this beast, because this is a spiritual battle, and we will win this war, but we need spiritual fortitude, and we need all of you to help us. So please keep in touch with us online, because that's the only way to do it. I love you. God bless you. God bless America. Keep fighting the good fight.